It's October 29th, 2024, where I'm sitting right now, Badgers. You might be out there wondering, hey, January's just around the corner. I'm excited to go play some baseball again. What's the first thing we're going to be working on with our swing? We'll get into some defense. I'll try to put some videos together, although the video is a little hitchy for pitching and defense, but we'll try. So, what's the first thing that we're going to take care of come January to get ready for our season with our swing? Since day one, you guys, I've been talking about get started early, get started early. And back in the day, I used to say, get your foot down. That was the first thing somebody told me when I was 20. That actually worked and helped me hit faster pitching and sit on off speed. I say get started early. So I'm changing that a little bit. I'm trying to evolve, gentlemen, just like you, trying to get a little bit better. I'm saying get finished early. Get finished with what? Get finished with the load. Get finished with the load. Get completed with it before you have to make the decision. Is this a ball or a strike? Is it a slower pitch, a faster pitch? Inside, outside, all that, get that completed. So you're in a consistent spot to be able to read the pitch. And I'm in the great spot to hit the power position. We shortchange ourselves so often. I think maybe 5% of the time last year, whether you were on the older team or the younger team, 5% of the time, our team actually completed the load before it was decision time. 5%. We're shortchanging ourselves a little bit. Now, I've said get started early, and you guys will get started early, but a lot of times we never actually complete the load. If I'm 50% done with the load and then I have to make a decision, oh, it's a fastball, 100%, you're going to shortchange yourself over the course of the season. Or I'm looking for the fastball, I'm 50%. Okay, now I got to hurry. And then the curveball comes and I'm out front. Now, look, I'm not saying that you guys need to be hitting a ton right now. I think it can be a detriment to be go from a long spring season, long summer season. Some kids play fall ball at young ages, and then they go right into October 3, 4 times a week. I think it can get a little, I think it can run a little stale. It's kind of like saying the same word over and over again. You say the same word over and over again, it just loses its meaning. And then all of a sudden, when you come into a game and it means a lot to you to try to get a hit, and you kind of haven't practiced for that. You've just been swinging and swinging and swinging, and not actually lost the meaning of the swing and the details of it. So I'm gonna go right into it. So here, what's the point of the video? Get finished early. It's difficult, you guys. It's difficult to get your positioning right. It takes time to get used to being done before you got to read the pitch. You'll get away with it at slower speeds and batting practice. Great athletes can take this all the way through high school, into college, into the pros. For me, I was 20 when I realized I'm never going to be able to hit again. Maybe 19 when I got to college, and I realized I'm going to have to change everything about how I've been swinging all this time. So whatever you know needs to happen in the future, you can start trying to do it now and get ahead of the game. So it's not get started early, it's get completed early. So what we're looking at right now is Shohei Ohtani. You guys know him. And I got a still shot here. The videos are a little hitchy, you guys, so I'm going to kind of pause them and go. It's hard to run them through and not have a little skip here and there when it gets to the Zoom video. So what you see right now, Shohei Ohtani. I'm not going into detail, but we've talked about turning that back pocket a couple inches and pinching that scapula. That's our load. We don't got to worry about where our hands are. We just pinch our scapula and we'll be in a good spot and get around that back leg, not over it. But my point is, look, we'll work on the fine details of it. You work on getting completed with this process early. So what I'm looking at, Shohei is completed. He's one of these stride foot down guys. That's fine. If that's what you like to do, that's fine. You should be able to do all of it. But some people hang it. Some people go up with the leg a little bit. Any of that's fine. I'm worried about this back leg. Get around that back leg, get it completed. I'm not saying load bigger or load tighter or load more. I'm just saying complete it. So Shohei Ohtani is complete with the load right here, with the upper half all the way down through his feet. And that baseball is still in the hand of the pitcher. This guy's throwing about 50, 60 miles an hour, which is slow for these guys. you got to believe he's not getting started later in the game. This is how he hits, man. He gets completed with the load, so he's in a consistent position to see the ball. I'll let it run for a little bit. Hopefully, you guys can see this okay. Some of the shots completed, bang, complete, bang. Completed, boom. So much easier, guys. They'll change your life as a hitter if you commit to this. So let's see who else we got here. It's a nice shot. When you guys are looking at videos, I do like batting practice style videos better. The slow motions can be okay. The game can be okay, but when you're trying to actually work on stuff or try to pick up stuff, go pick some of the best hitters in the game and figure out what's the same with all of them in batting practice. Excuse me, Juan Soto right here. He's done. All he needs to do is, okay, when do I swing? You'll work on that balance, but let's just start with getting completed. I'm going to make sure I get completed early. And what I like about these, if you're able to see it, great. But if not, some of these are showing their BP round after round. This is his first round. He's just going the other way right here. Yep, going the other way. And you let the ball get deep. It drives me crazy, you guys, when we go big swinging, way out front, long, early in our BP rounds. Like, calm down. Let the ball get deep. If the ball's deep and I'm too late, that's an easy adjustment. I at least have a feel of like, okay, well, it was too deep. Here, now I'll just get on time with it. If I'm out front for 6, 7 pitches in a row, those are wastes because we never allowed it to get into the hitting zone where I can actually get a feel for where my contact is. So you watch any big league BP, usually you'll see that first round. I even seen Griffey go middle away, middle away, middle away, so they can feel what the deep part of the zone is and work their way to on time. There's a ton of hits the other way too, guys. Again, if you're able to see this, you would see Yordan Alvarez, who's a beast. He's one of my favorites. He's a carbon copy of just simplicity. Nothing tricky, nothing fancy. Kids a lot of time get caught up in what are they doing with their hands and the stance and the little details of what they do in their stance, but it's really about what's the same with all the great hitters. All these guys get ready, get completed with the load so they can see the ball. These guys are hitting 100 miles an hour. You don't do that by getting started late. How are you going to sit on a breaking ball if you got a race? So he's completed right here. Let me see if I can get one where we can show the ball in the guy's hand from behind here. There we go. Completed. It went past complete. He's completed. Ball's just leaving the guy's hand. It's just on his fingertips right here. Well, that was pretty well hit. Let's see if we can get that again. Completed. Look at this. Ball's even behind his head. He's completed with the load. He's not partially loaded. He's not trying to time it with his load. He moves, I move, I get ready. I can hold that position as long as I need to. Some guys think, oh, I need momentum. I need this. I need that. You'll have more power this way because you'll be on that back leg. You won't bleed that power into the ground. You'll just be sitting there ready to hit. And you'll learn how to time it from that position, how to sit on slower stuff. It's a little awkward to have more time, but think long term, you guys. More time is a gift when it comes to hitters. Completed. Still in his hand. If you can see it back here, the ball still hasn't even come forward yet, and he's complete with the load, upper half all the way down to his toes. He's perfect, man. Scat pinch, you can see that back pocket going around towards the pitcher. Nothing extra, just good fundamental hitting. I think I got one more for you. Bryce Harper. He's made a lot of changes over the years, you guys. He's another style, man. I don't care. He does a drop step. It's not something I would suggest for a young kid. We don't need extra stuff right now. But everybody's different with that front foot. I don't care what it does. All I care is that we're complete with the load. Scapula's pinched, we're around the back hip. That's the only similarity I want to see. As much as I say the same things to different guys, you'll notice everybody's swing looks different, right? There's genetics to it or whatever, timing mechanisms that you develop over time, over the years. But every single great hitter, they get completed with the load before they got to make a decision on the baseball. So that's it, you guys. You guys want to hang out? You guys don't. You guys don't got to be hitting 4 or 5 times a week. Right now, you can hit a little bit. You get a nice day, go hit. That's fun. Everybody likes that. But I'm not dying. I'm not pressing for guys to be on and on. You can swing yourself into a slump hitting too much. But if you're sitting there watching a football game, you're sitting there watching the World Series, man, you're in your room, you got nothing to do. Work on completing the load, man. At the same time, get the scapula ready, get that back hip around, get around the back leg, not over it. And you can start kind of connecting that dot. So then you're not completely rusty in January. It'll take time to see the ball, but my consistent load is going to be the key to victory, I think, this year for you as a hitter. Um, that's it, boys. Complete the load. Get finished early.